Alright, it's Kai Pacha with the weekly Paleo report for August 24th of 2022. Look at that trail. The road is long, with many a winding turn, but then sometimes it's completely straight. Right? Oh my goodness. And then there's times when you're just at a standstill, like Uranus is today. A complete standstill, about to go retrograde. Uranus, the planet of the future, stationing in Taurus to go retrograde. Let us follow the path, indeed. Sun, sign of Leo. The moon. Moon is in Leo. Sun is in Virgo. So the moon's closing, waning, getting smaller by the minute. We will have a new moon on Saturday at 4 degrees 4 minutes of Virgo, just on the cusp. But before then, we've got some action. By tomorrow, Mercury has moved out of Virgo and will be moving into Libra. But what I really want to be talking about today is Venus. Venus in the heart of Leo, in the middle of Leo, coming in to, first of all, square Uranus. That's going to be on Friday, but you may be feeling it today. It's only a couple of degrees off. And then by Sunday, right, she moves into an opposition with Saturn. So there's a T-square here, Venus and Leo, opposite Saturn, square Uranus and Taurus. What is that all about? Well, that's what I'm going to be talking about. And if that T-square wasn't enough for us all to be dealing with, we've got the Sun in early Virgo squaring Mars. That is exact on Friday. Okay, so we've got, and there's Mars, a fork in the road. Gemini, Mars and Gemini. Which way to go? What should I say? I'm curious. I think I'll take the road less traveled over here. Yeah. So the moon is, she's moving through Leo, and then she's going to come into the new moon. And I got to read you the Sabian symbol for the new moon. Very powerful, very beautiful. And she will be trining Jupiter and Chiron, opposing Saturn and squaring Uranus by Thursday. Okay. And then, she's moving on to make a yod with Pluto and Neptune on Friday. That new moon is square Mars, really. Okay, and then she continues to move on. Sunday, it's nice because she comes into a trine, okay, with Uranus and Taurus, and then moves on to a trine Pluto in Capricorn. So that's pretty sweet, right? Okay. Sun is in conjunct Jupiter over there in Aries, going retrograde. Jupiter will be going back into Pisces. I'll be talking a little bit about that. But, yeah. Let me get out to the water. This is actually, this path goes out to the beach, but it's a long path. This is like a half-hour walk along this narrow path. Sometimes the road is just narrow, and you got to just move through it. So we'll talk about that, and I'll show you the Baltic Sea. I'm up here in Denmark. All right, everybody. What is going on out there in your world? Woo! had that mantra from last week about our hearts breaking open, and now, you know, we've got this sun has moved into Virgo, and we're going to have the new moon in Virgo. So the moon is finishing it off, closing it off. Venus is coming around, and I think I want to start off with like what's coming. Yeah, I want to start off with the new moon in Virgo. Okay, and I'll read the Sabian symbol. Just, you know, for those of you who are not familiar with it, this is my book. Dane Rudyard, he's the man. 4 degrees, 4 minutes of Virgo is actually the 5th degree of Virgo. And the symbol that we have for that degree of the zodiac is what? A man becoming aware of nature spirits and normally unseen spiritual agencies. The keynote is the opening of new levels of consciousness. Yeah, baby. It's coming. It's with the new moon. Let's check it out. Yeah. A stage of realization is shown in its initial and relatively primitive character. The consciousness is gradually reaching beyond physical characteristics and becoming aware of energy processes, of the dynamism of forces, which externalize themselves as life forms. The world of spirit comes into the world of form. Beautiful, yeah? The mind in its objectivizing and analytical character always tends to give name and form, nama and rupa in Sanskrit, to that which it contacts as energy processes. It images forth energy or feeling, relating it to more or less familiar sense experience. We call this imagination. Very interesting Sabian symbol. We're looking at Virgo the Virgin, the powerful, feminine, Gaia, earth energy of purification, of ceremony, of ritual, of coming into the sacred, of really purifying ourselves. That's why I've got that thumbnail. I really feel like we are on the threshold. And in so many temples, in some people's houses, right? You take your sandals, you take your shoes, you wipe off the soil from the outside, and you slip out of them, and you leave your shoes at the door, and you enter the temple barefoot. Yeah? And there is this sense of leaving it behind, of purification, like in order to really receive, in order to see those nature spirits, in order to commune with life's spiritual energies and forces that are outside of our 5 physical senses, right? There is this whole kind of purging and purifying that has to happen. And so it's like this is a time period now, and I want to just like talk about what has been going on these past couple of years. Let's really look at this. Saturn square Uranus. The first exact square of Saturn square Uranus was actually in February of 2021. Yeah, a year and a half ago, okay? At the 7th degree, 7 degrees, Aquarius to Taurus. Then it went retrograde, okay? Well, it went up and it passed it, and then it came back. And boom, in June of 21, squared Uranus again at 13 degrees. Aquarius to Taurus. Then it went, down, and it came direct, and it passed over a third time. And that was at 11 degrees in December of 2021. And then it went on to all the way up, by June, okay, a couple months ago, Saturn was at 25 degrees. Uranus is way back here at 16, 17. And you might think, oh, the square is over. Saturn stationed and went retrograde. And now Uranus is stationing to go retrograde, but it's not moving as fast. Saturn is going to come all the way back. October 23rd. Saturn is going to station at 18 degrees, 35 minutes. And Uranus is going to be at 17 degrees, 36 minutes. That's only 1 degree. Okay, like with a telescope or with, your fist or looking, 1 degree is definitely, it's a tight square. And then as of October into November, Saturn is going to, go direct all the way through from 18 degrees until it goes into Pisces next March. So this is a long term. This is a 2-year Saturn square Uranus. And it's hard. Saturn in Aquarius, okay, is hard. Uranus in Taurus is hard. Saturn is the past. Uranus is the future. The right and the left, the conservative and the liberal, the whole kind of, caution and consensus and, be careful and responsible and show up and, and fall in line and do what, the external authorities say, versus this Uranus, I'm discovering in Taurus a new sense of values, a new sense of priorities, a new sense of self that doesn't fit in, that doesn't belong. I'm tired of the old structures, the old games. So there is this uneasy birth process, this uneasy revolution, this uneasy breaking out and breaking free. And that we can see it so much in society. Right? There's been a lot of social turmoil, and even down into families. And of course, Aquarius is communities and friends, even within different societies that always had the same teacher or the same values or the same doctrines. Even now there's, changes in adversarial relationships within communities of like-minded souls. It's like, whoa. So there's a lot of jumping ship. It's time to jump ship. And then we're swimming out there in the Baltic Sea looking for a new ship, a new community, a new group of like-minded souls. So it's like, it's everybody like, scatter. It's scatter. It's like dodgeball or something. Oh my God. And then what? Jupiter goes into Aries. Fast. Mars goes through Aries fast. Then it comes into Taurus and we have Mars, Uranus, North Node. Boom. Break those eggs to make the omelet. Break out, liberate, step outside, revolt, rebel. It's just been, Pluto is up there in Capricorn. So look at this. It has been hard and fast. And I was thinking about it now, which has less patience? Mars and Aries or Uranus? They are both like, now. Break free. Do it. Act. Liberate. Rebel. Boom. And now Mars going into Gemini. Mutable air. Okay, for 7 months, it's going to be a lot of, 52 card pickup. It's going to be like, wow. And Saturn is coming back, and there's going to be, more mandates. There's going to be more pressure to conform. There's going to be more like, you better not. But the old structures, are breaking away. They're breaking apart. But what I really wanted to focus on was just how cold and hard things have been these past couple of years. Where's the heart? Where's the softness? Where's that feminine, receptive, emotional feeling amidst all this, do it or don't do it, and make up your mind, and you're with us or against us, and are you, the establishment, or are you the new paradigm, and there's just, what camp are you in, and what are you supporting, and what are you against, and it's just been like, even Neptune is in the last decan of Pisces, which is ruled by Scorpio. The south node of the moon is in Scorpio. This is like death, dying, letting go, saying goodbye, breaking old codependent conditions, situations, relationships. Oh, man. So, when you're under the gun, when your back is against the wall, when when you've got to make a change and you're not sure about it, but you can't stand things the way they are, and you're jumping out, and you meet somebody new, or you have a new opportunity, or a new this or a new that, and you want to jump. Well, Saturn is there. Bad, wrong, not responsible. What do you think you're doing? And so we've got this, and it's not just external authority. Saturn is also our own internal conscience. It's integrity. It's doing things right. And so it's also about guilt and shame. When we break, with, our word, or we break a contract, or we break a commitment, or we say goodbye to a, established, solid, steady situation that we really can't explain, except that, Uranus just came in and said, out! Out with the old and in with the new. And, and so we did it. And what did we do? We left a mess. This is Uranus's trauma, right? Conjunct the north node of the moon. Sudden, shocking, unpredictable events of an extreme nature. Some of them propagated by us, Taurus. I got to break free. I've got the new values. I've got the new this. I lost all my money over there. I'm going over here. I lost, I can't love myself like this. I have to make this change. So it's been extreme. It's been hard. And there is broken hearts. And here comes Venus. Let's really look at this. Venus came around, and let's just like a moon cycle. You've got the new moon. Well, we've got Venus conjunct Saturn. Yeah. Venus was conjunct Saturn, square Uranus in February. And then, she's in Aquarius. And then Venus came around, Pisces, Aries, and she conjoined, with Uranus in mid-June. And now through July and through August, she comes around to Leo. And so it's like a full moon. Venus, Saturn. Saturn is form and structure. Venus is love and money. Reforming, restructuring our relationships, our priorities, our values. So there was a seed sown in February, mid-February. Go back, think about it. Venus conjunct Saturn. And, there was this, kind of, need to restructure, reform your heart space. And then in mid-June, Venus came to Uranus. Break free, break out, experiment, try something new. Break away from the old security. the old established condition, situation, commitment. And so we could have, since that time, we could have been going, okay, well, I got to try something new, and I break free and I break loose, and I untie my boat from the dock and set sail. But oops, wait a minute. Jupiter turns back, it goes retrograde. He was charging forward in Aries. Then he goes retrograde. Now Uranus is going retrograde. Pluto, Saturn, Neptune, Chiron, they're all retrograde now. Reflect, remember, revisit, just recollect, see what you've done, look back to Saturn, and look back over the rest of this year and what's going on since February. And what can we say? One thing is for certain. If we were perfect, we wouldn't be here. We're evolving. We incarnate to evolve. We incarnate to grow, to become more mature, to come more into integrity. So Saturn is right and wrong, moral and immoral, ethical, unethical, just, unjust, go to prison, go free, be good, be bad. It is, it's hard and fast. And that's where the mantra comes from today, right? Saturn is responsibility. And since nobody's perfect, nobody has done everything just right, okay? We've all messed up. We've all made mistakes. We've all hurt somebody, whether it was intentional, whether it was unintentional, whether it was impulsive, whether it was out of anger, whether it was out of irritated and frustrated and impatient, and just all these Mars, Uranus kinds of things going on. Sun in Leo, all this kind of stuff happening. Whoa. So yeah, this is the time. Venus comes around, and there's the square to Uranus is a 90-degree square. So it is time to go forward. It is time to break free from the past and go into the new, to leave your sandals at the door, to go inside that temple, to, go towards liberation, go towards enlightenment, but you got some dirt on those feet. We got some dirt on those sandals. So, Venus opposite Saturn, right? Says, all right, it's karma time. All right, I did something wrong. I made a mistake. I'm not perfect. I need to apologize. Maybe I need to pay my dues. This can be financially. This can be emotionally. This can be, with humility, with love. And here is, the king, the queen, Venus moving through Leo. It's like, I really want to shine. And I want to be authentic. And I want to be the best version of myself. And Sun in Virgo wants to be the best version of itself. So yeah, this is a time. Virgo is humility. The good news is Mercury moving into Libra, and coming into a trine with Mars, and Mars moving through Gemini. This is nonviolent communication. This is intentional dialogue. And in intentional dialogue, if you got a problem with somebody, you say it. And then they come back to you. I heard you say, da 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 da. So you make sure that it's clear communication. Virgo loves this. Mercury in Libra loves this, right? And then, with the intentional dialogue, not only do you say, okay, this is what I hear, you're feeling, or your judgments, or your fears, or your needs, or your problems, with me, or our relationship, or whatever. But then If I was to be in your shoes, if I were you, I would feel blah, 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 blah. This is the sympathetic, this is the empath. This is walk a mile in someone else's moccasins. This is like really feeling, okay, wow, if somebody said that to me or somebody did that to me, yeah, it would make me feel like blah, 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 blah. I mean, then there can be mutual agreements, mutual understandings, moving into feelings out of judgments. Yeah, and this can really be beautiful. So just like the full moon is illumination, Venus opposite Saturn can be a real illumination, a real mature, like, okay, you know what we need to do? We need to tear up that old agreement, or we need to tear up that old contract of what this relationship meant, or of who we are, or of where I'm going, or of, what is happening. But that doesn't necessarily mean it's over. We can write a new contract. The Venus square Uranus breaking away says, wait a minute, let's do it differently. Now that we see, now that we have, this awareness, this compassion, this understanding, Mercury in Libra wants to make win-win, agreements. It's the mediator. We can, both of us can, win with this. It doesn't have to be winner, loser. Doesn't have to be somebody is special means that somebody's not. We can both be special. We can both be, that king or that queen, the lion, the lioness. So it is a time of okay, I need to admit, I need to own, I need to, take responsibility. I need to speak my truth. I need to listen to your truth. But then out of this comes the new moon. Out of this, we enter the temple. Out of this, Spirit speaks to us, and the gnomes and the fairies, and we enter, this initiation into a deeper, wider, broader understanding of oneness, of love, of awesomeness, and whoosh. Is it over? No, it's never over. I'll tell you what else is going to be coming up. Venus is going to keep on moving. And in early November, the eclipse season, Scorpio, Taurus into Sagittarius eclipses, Venus is going to come in and oppose Uranus and square Saturn right about the time that they're really in a tight square again. We're going to have another T-square. So if you want October, November, December to be, like what goes around comes around, the more you clean up your business, the more you dust off your shoes, the more you leave outside the temple now, the easier it's going to be in late October, November. And the more garbage and crap and dirt you try to carry into the temple now, guess what, man? It's going to be, just collectively, socially. We're looking at, oh boy, intense, total eclipse happening, coming up. October, November is really intense. Yeah. So, not to be, I don't know, not to be not nice, say bad things are coming, but, it's what goes around comes around. So just like, what? Speak it, say it, pay the dues, pay the price, let it go, and it's going to be better. And we can do a new society. We can do a new culture. We can do a new age, but it's got to be in integrity. It's got to be authentic. It's got to be real. And the sooner we are that with ourselves, the sooner we are that with each other, the sooner the world is that way altogether. Ow! Come together. I was just listening to the Moody Blues last night. Isn't life strange? That's the song for this week. Go down, click that link that's right under the YouTube video. I mean, it's a heart song. It's a heart song. Be a nice way to finish your Pele report today. Isn't life strange? It's time to take responsibility for all that I have done. Speak my truth and pay my dues so we can all move on. Let's not hang out in, doubt, in guilt, or in shame, or try to sweep things under the rug, or suppress, and just try to ignore, not speak up, or not say, no, man. Shh, bring it up. Bring it out. Speak it, pay it, and move on with a clean slate. Yeah? With nice clean feet going into that temple. One more time, and it's time to take responsibility for all that I have done. Speak my truth and pay my dues so we can all move on. Yeah, baby. Ow! Namaste. Aloha. So much love.